Good evening, we're back again on the Tonny and Tim show. I'm Tonny.
And I'm Tim.
And what a wonderful World Cup this is turning out, Timothy. We are now definitely finding ourselves into the next round, which is the quarterfinals. Lots of big teams have totally crashed out of this World Cup. What a World Cup.
What a World Cup. I mean, I was looking at the statistics, and not any World Cup has seen the big teams being sent home like this one has been.
And of course, we now find ourselves at the quarterfinal stage. Very big games were played in the round of 16 fixtures. Big casualties in that one as well from day one, when we had Uruguay taking on Portugal there, Cristiano Ronaldo crashing out, as well as France beating Argentina, a big one of the big games of the round for me. France winning that one 4-3 team.
Yes, Tony, the France win actually was the huge win here. The scoreline was 4-3. It does not describe.
Does not tell the story.
Doesn't tell the story, but Argentina was totally outplayed in this game, Tony. Messi was struggling. I don't blame Messi, because
can we though, Tim, say that they were outplayed? Because I feel when you watch the game, Argentina dominated possession, but France certainly had the bigger chances. They took their chances very well, and they were playing devastating counter-attacking football.
Yes, it's a game plan. It's a game plan. Deschamps knew that if Argentina plays with the ball, they will not hurt him, and he knew when he gets the ball, he will be able to hurt them. And we saw with the Mbappe run before they got the penalty, it was so open, Argentina, and I thought France got what they deserved, a win, and Argentina too had to go home.
Is that the final chance for Lionel Messi, do you think?
Messi is 31 now, and I think he's still at 35, the way he plays, I only expect that Messi has to pull.
He's falling deeper.
He has to pull deeper now, maybe number 8 there. The question is, Messi has grown up being the star man, getting the goals. Will he be happy to sit back and supply someone up front? We don't know that. So it's about Messi.
We certainly saw the way that game came out. We knew it was a big game for Argentina, and they opted not to use our number 9 in that game. What does it say about the coach, though, for Argentina?
I thought the coach Sampaoli lost the dressing room, Tony, because he was unable to control the team, and even the rumors say he didn't make the lineup. So when you look at such a team that is not having a striker, Argentina should play with a striker or two, and Messi was the man up front. I thought from there that those were poor tactics. If it is the players who made the lineup, I don't know, but the coach still had to say something. If he's the one to be at the dugout, it is his team, Tony.
And of course, Argentina crashed out to France, who had very brilliantly taken goals. 2 goals from Mr. Mbappe, who I think has been the best young player so far at the tournament. He's had 3 goals now. He's suddenly contender even for man of the tournament, in my opinion.
Yes, Tony, man of the tournament. I think Mbappe can go for it. He's been brilliant. If people have been hearing about Kylian Mbappe, I think he has now announced himself on the big stage, and I think going forward we shall be able to see him inside the top 10 players of the world.
And of course, very many other fixtures were played in that one. Uruguay beating Portugal 2-1 there. Spain losing to Russia on penalties.
This is now the
What can we say about Russia team in this competition? How far have they come for them to even be given a look into the quarterfinals? We know they are the hosts.
They're the hosts, Tony, but we've seen hosts crashing also before. But I want to retract my words. When the World Cup was starting, I said this Russian team was one of the worst, Tony, we've seen. But I can now say this is one of the best teams they've had, because they've had game plans, Tony, and to be able to handle Spain to only 1 chance, that was an own goal even against them. I thought Russia did a great job, and Zuba, Tony, Smolov have been doing great work in this team, and we should actually say this is a team to watch out for.
And don't forget, Spain set a record for passes in this particular game. They
went past 1,000.
1,024 passes in this game, which is a world record for any kind of game, let alone the World Cup. So this was certainly a performance that probably Spain played the tiki-taka too much, and they were not playing so much into the box. We didn't see a lot of chances from them. That game going into penalties, and of course you know what happens when it's penalties. De Gea failing to save a single one in that particular shootout. Very interesting game. Croatia in that same night edging out Denmark on penalties as well. We don't think it's the Croatia that we had thought would turn up, especially after that game against Argentina.
Yes, Tony, I thought Croatia did not play to their abilities. We know these guys are too good on the ball, and they look a complete side. But against Denmark, maybe the tactics of Denmark were really spot on. They limited them to chances. Schmeichel was one of the star players in this Denmark side, deep in extra time, saving a penalty from Modric. Tony,
I saw how proud his father was.
He had to be the proud dad. Even if his team went down, he had to be a dad of the day, Tony. And I thought it was unjust for Denmark after their keeper playing like that, saving a penalty, and then being able to save again too during penalty shootouts. And the penalty takers for Denmark didn't look to me to be up to speed.
And of course, it's been a very, very brilliant round of fixtures as well. We had big games. On Monday, Mexico went out to our solid Brazil side. They've been more solid than spectacular so far, team.
Yeah, Brazil has been solid. I mean, we're all not looking at them. We know Brazil for the flair and the attacking players, but the statistics says they have only conceded 1 goal, Tony. So that is a good return for the defenders of Brazil. But to me, I thought Mexico were a bit wasteful. They had chances before Brazil took the lead. They should have been able to get a goal before Brazil, but yeah, Brazil is through. We expect them to go through, and I think they're big favorites, Tony, and this gives us nice games upcoming.
And of course, very, very interesting. We'll move on there to certainly one of the games of the round. Belgium beating Japan at the death. They won that game 3-2 in very interesting circumstances.
Just because
who does that?
Tony, that if there is any game that hurt most, I think, to any team, it has to be any neutral. It has to be the Japan loss, because we all knew Japan were going to lose this game at the start, but being able to get 2 goals and taking the lead in second half, Tony, we all thought maybe Japan will hold on there. But I think the players got nervous. We would see with the coach when they considered the first goal that they were in dreamland, and losing in the last moment. To me, I thought that hurt most. It was virtually barely the last kick of the game, just because they had to start again, but it hurt Japan too much, Tony.
It was very, very interesting. Of course, it showed in Belgium has been playing very well. Yep. They came into this round as the top scorers of the tournament with almost 9 goals. Yep. Now they've added 3 more, which is 12. They are the highest scorers, and they showed that they can score any amount of goals with this particular performance that they put in. It wasn't that Belgium had performed poorly, team.
No,
but Japan had 2 very, very good breaks that they took. Very, very good performers. I think, though, it's in the experience that where they failed to handle the game. Their captain there, Makoto Hasebe, who has been at almost 4 World Cups, had to come in and say, guys, this is the game that we have a big chance to win. We can't keep running forward. The goal that they conceded at the last minute, the players need to be told that this is the virtually the last seconds of the game. You don't have to put it into the box. Let's play it. At least let's get extra time, and suddenly we can give ourselves a big chance.
Yes, Tony. I mean, I want to say 2 points here. One is on that corner kick. You tell the players, maybe let's see this off and go to extra time. But again, you know, Belgium is the stronger side, so you would want to hurt them
especially if you saw the goals that these guys conceded. Japan was conceding from set pieces, so they could never give themselves a chance scoring a set piece against Belgium.
They could never, Tony, but why not give it a try? Maybe it was the last shot, and we all knew it was barely the last kick of the game, that corner kick, but it came to hurt them. But on the other hand, I would like to say Martinez had a master plan, and that is the only advantage if you have Maroon Fellaini in your team. You can be able to raise those balls up, and he nods them in, and we saw with Fellaini coming with the equalizer there, Tony, and I thought this is what Fellaini brings in, and I'm like, is this why Man United has given him
a 2-year extension?
Maybe for that. Unfortunately, it's a league at Man United. It's not about
a knockout.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting there. Of course, Lukaku failing to add to his tally of 4 goals already in this particular tournament. He's certainly probably looking to get somewhere closer to the golden boot now that the people with 4 around him have dropped out in Cristiano Ronaldo. So it was a big miss for Lukaku, but big win for Belgium for them to keep marching. This is their golden generation. This is one of the biggest chances that this team will have in this kind of tournament?
Yeah, this is a golden generation. I was looking at the England golden generation between 2000 2005, I think, and then Spain utilized theirs by winning 3 major trophies. So Belgium should be looking at getting something out of this